好，我们下面有一个特殊的有一个见证，是我们来到我们教会的Brother John， 他有一个见证分享。我们有请 Brother John， 也有请何牧师为他做一个翻译。
Good morning. Good morning, family.
早上好，家人们。
Oh, thank you, Mark. Thank you. My heart is just full of gratitude.
感谢主，我的心里面充满了那个感恩。
Thank you, Pastor, for allowing me a permission to set aside a brief insight into my testimony.
也感谢教会牧师给我的时间来跟大家分享我的见证。
It's a little unexpected, but I just this grace, all grace. I kind of condensed my story to past, present, and future.
都是感恩，我把我的故事都放在过去、现在和未来。
And my name is John Spencer. I was born in San Diego.
我的名字叫 John Spencer， 在圣地亚哥这里出生的。
And I'm 79 years old.
哇，我已经79岁。
By the grace of God.
因着神的恩典。
It's a story of the hand of God and opening doors and one step, one event, circumstances in my life, and 35 years ago.
神的恩典，它就是让我有一步，让我过去来说有开为我开门，有39年前的开为我们开门的第一个步骤。
I found myself in a desperate place.
我发现我在一个很渴望那个地方，很期待的、很渴望的地方。
Little bit like the life of the Apostle Paul, the life of Saul. I could compare myself. I don't know if you know the story of Humpty Dumpty.
有点像那个使徒保罗，或者信主之前的那个扫罗，有点像那个 Humpty Dumpty， 我都不知道什么事情。
You know the story?
No.
He was sitting on a wall. He's on top of the world.
他那个 Humpty Dumpty 站在这个世界的高峰，那个墙上面是一个世界的高峰。
And Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
那 Humpty Dumpty 掉下来了。
That's me.
就是他就这样子在高峰掉下来。
I fell right into the arms of God.
他掉进神的手中。
35 years ago, God revealed Himself to me.
39年前，神向我显现。35年前。
In desperation, I cried out to God. I cried out to Jesus.
在这个危难当中，我就向神呼求，我向耶稣呼求。
And I surrendered my life.
然后我就把我的生命交给耶稣。
Surrendered my life 35 years ago, and it's been one journey for the past 35 years. It's been a journey with many steps and events and circumstances, but God has proved Himself faithful.
也35年前的一次的这个事件，让我真的是开始我们的旅程，35年旅程，一步又一步的经历神的恩典。
I had no idea what my calling was. I only knew that I was called to be a lover of Jesus.
我当时我不知道我的使命是什么，我只知道神呼召我一个去爱耶稣。
And whatever He wanted me to be, that was my calling. That was me. He chose me to be His servant.
神选择我做他的这个仆人，我不知道要干什么，我只知道神要我做什么，神要我去哪里，我都听他的。
I didn't understand all of your message today, Pastor, but there's a lot of similarities. You know, when God calls us out and He sends us. We don't know where, we just surrendered to go.
虽然我今天可能不明白太明白牧师的讲道，但是很多很类似的情况，神呼召我们的时候，我们可能不知道要怎么样去哪里去，但是神有给我们的呼召。
I'm still in the past. I've got to move forward here.
我现在还在过去的那个步骤，我要现在往前走一点。
God gave me a burden for China. A
burden， 神给我一个为了中国对中国的一个负担。
And I started reading books about the church, the underground church of China.
我开始就是读一些关于这个地下教会、家庭教会、中国的家庭教会的事情。
And someone recommended that I read some of the classic novels of the Chinese literature.
有人建议我看一些这传统的古典小说。
I wanted to understand what was the motivation, what was the history, some of the history of China, and I read Three Kingdoms, and I read Outlaws of the Marsh.
他让我看了那些想了解中国的历史，所以我看了《三国演义》，还有应该是《水浒传》。
Long novels.
很长的那些小说。
Beautiful.
很漂亮，很好的。
But you wouldn't believe I read them twice.
我看了，你相信吗？我看了2次。
1200 pages.
很长很长。
Thank goodness it was in English.
我是英文版本的，不是中文的。
Beautiful. So it gave me some insight into the culture, and then the book, the little book, Back to Jerusalem.
然后还有一本是个小书，是说回到耶路撒冷。
And the history of the people of China for the last 100 years.
就是讲到中国的这个人民过去100年的一个历史。
And I watched some videos, the cross, the China source videos of the Confession of China, beautiful videos.
可以看到一些网上的一些视频，那个十字架，还有一些其他讲中国教会、中国信徒的一些视频。
And 16 years ago, I'm going to make it a little bit short.
我16年前
，16 years ago, the Lord opened a door and sent me to Kunming, China, Yunnan province.
16年前，神开了门，派我去昆明，云南。
Part of the background I miss was that with the burden, it's only how Jesus can work in a life with a burden. He allowed me to enter into the suffering of the Chinese people.
也就是神的那个给我的一个这个恩典，让我明白就是这个负担，让我明白中国人民的所受的苦。
So for 13 years, I was living in China, and I was assigned as a teacher, opened a school, English Bible, and prophetic ministry.
也13年时间，我住在中国，也让我神被任命开了一个圣经学校 ，in English Bible School。用英文的这个圣经学校。
Of course, I had 2 translators, one in Henan and one in Kunming.
2个帮我翻译的，一个在河南，一个在昆明的。
So I was able to travel to special events, mostly in Jumadian and Zhengzhou.
我还可以有一些特会，我去了那个驻马店驻马店跟那个郑州
And in Kunming, we had a school, and we started out 5 days a week, and eventually we met 2 days a week.
在昆明我有开了一个学校，一开始是每周5天，后来变成每周2天而已。
And most of the students that attended our school were parents, some single parents, mostly married, 30 to 40 years old.
大部分的学生都是一些夫妻或是单亲他们大概30岁、40岁之间。
And single not single, but one child, single child.
都是一个孩子的。
And what an honor! What an honor! God is just so good. The people of China, we developed. I developed this. Our school started out as students and teachers. My students and a teacher.
OK，
My relationship with the students.
OK， 我们的这个神的恩，真的这个神的恩典，让我开始的这个学校的时候，开始有老师和学生之间的一个关系。
And then it became family.
先是老师和学生的关系，慢慢变成一个家人的关系。
And I look forward to sharing more of that time, but in 2019, 13 years later, 3 years ago.
希望有时间可以再分享一下我在昆明这段时间的更多的一些经历。那2年前，2019年，
I came back to visit my daughter and my family in Carmel Valley.
我回来这里探望我的女儿，在卡莫瓦里跟她的家人。
Just a Christmas visit.
一个圣诞节。
And lo and behold, the COVID virus hit.
2019年圣诞节回来以后，之后就是这个新冠的疫情了。
And like many of you, I'm sure, like most of us, my life turned upside down.
所以跟大家一样，我的整个生活、生命都翻转了，都已经变了。
And China closed their borders, and I couldn't get back.
所以大陆的我回不去大陆了。
So, for the past 3 years, I've been stranded, and I found my new old home.
我就是只能在圣地亚哥，我找到我那个老家。
In the past 5 years, I've lived 5 different places.
过去几年我在5个地方不同的地方居住。
And by God's grace,
神的恩典。
By God's grace, I found shelter.
神的恩典，我找到这个避难所。
And the beginning of this year, the door opened for me to move into a nice, senior, clean, safe residence in downtown San Diego.
所以之前我可能住在一些收容所这样子 shelter， 后来神的恩典这几个一段前，刚刚我搬到一个公寓，一个downtown的一个公寓，比较很安静、很干净。
And it's called San Diego Square.
叫做圣地亚哥广场。
And the sister Tianjian
小铁剑姐妹
invited me
邀请我
to come to church.
来教会。
I said, I got a place to live, at time. Okay, let's do it. Let's go. And so, I think it was Palm Sunday, the day before, the week before Easter.
既然我有地方住了，我有时间来，那是在这个中秋节，就复活节前一个礼拜天，他来到。
My first visit to Chinese Mandarin Church here.
第一次来。
And I just, I want to thank Tianjian and Brother Aaron here that, it's Brother Aaron. Is always reminded me that this is family. It's okay. It's okay. And
感谢小铁剑跟朱汉华弟兄一直提醒我，我们这里是家庭，我们是一家人。
I miss China. I miss the people.
我真的很怀念中国跟中国的当地的人民。
Sometimes it's difficult.
有时听着很困难。
When you love a people,
当你爱他们的时候
morning, noon, and night, I considered China my home.
我把中国当成我的家。
And so I'm honored, I'm privileged to
真的
call you brothers and sisters, my family. And I can spend 3 hours a week reuniting with the family of China.
我真的很感恩，也是我的荣誉，他能够每一个礼拜有3个小时跟我的中国弟兄姐妹一相处。
I think of Okay, let me go back and thank you, Aaron. What I wanted to encourage you today with the Lord spoke to me 2 weeks ago. We were celebrating communion.
Yes， 我想跟大家一个鼓励的分享，鼓励的话就是2个礼拜前我们这个领受圣餐的时候。
And this is part of my practice. I'm exercising the faith in the prophetic ministry.
这我的这个习惯，就是这个先知的一个在信仰当中显示我先知的一个说话。
Thank you. From the gospel of the kingdom to the prophetic ministry.
从神国的这个信息到一个有先知预言的那个操练。
During the celebration of the Lord's Supper, and we partake of the elements, and the Lord gave me a picture of the church, okay, the Lord's body.
当我领受圣餐的时候，神给我看一个图画，就是这个他的身体，就是一个教会的一个图像。
And I saw words. I saw Jesus just say, "Many members, one body."
他给我看到一个字说众人很多人，但是只有一个身体。
And Jesus said, "This is my body. This is my family," referring to all of us.
这个是我的身体，这是我的家，都是众人，都是耶稣说，这是我的身体，这是你们都是我的家人。
And he said, "You are a member of this family."
你就是讲John，你是这个家庭当中一个成员。
And I think all of you that I have met, you know, it's like you have welcomed me as a member of the family.
对，我所遇到的大家都很欢迎我接纳成为一家人当中的一员。
And then later that same day,
当天
later that same day, there was a family here. I've never seen them before, but they were here and they were grieving maybe the loss of a loved one.
当天那个也来到的时候，有个家庭从来没见过的，应该是王李玲的家人他们在那个伤痛当中。
And Brother Aaron was sharing some memorial testimonies of the brother or sister that had passed on.
对，祝汉华弟兄分享一些怀念的话，跟对王李玲的姐妹的一些怀念的事情。
And I saw in the spirit, and I witnessed many of you entering into that grief.
我在灵里面看到大家也同样有这种的那种伤痛。
And the Lord said, "This is what my family looks like."
神跟我说，这个就是家的感觉。
It's our love and honor for one another.
是我们的爱和我们的对其他弟兄的一个尊荣。
I find that unique with the Church of China.
我看到这个是中国那个教会的一个特点。
And I think it's related to the suffering.
我想，因为这是过去中国教会所受的一些那个痛苦。
You can't tell the Church of China they're suffering. No, they're rejoicing.
你不能说他们受苦，他们都是在想，在喜乐当中。虽然在被压迫当中，他们仍然很喜乐。
Can I say a regime of madness?
我可以说一些疯狂的一些这种的那种政权，那种压迫。
Oh, and the Apostle Paul tells us in Romans 12, you know, that we rejoice with those who rejoice, and we weep with those who weep.
使徒保罗在罗马书告诉我们说，我们与欢乐的同欢乐，哀伤的同哀伤。
And Jesus himself said,
主耶稣说
The world, everyone will know that you are my disciples.
主耶稣说：“世界都知道你是我的门徒，
by your love
是
for
因
one
着你们的
another.
爱，你们互相相爱。”
Amen.
Amen。
All right. Well, I'm honored. I'm grateful to be a part of the family.
很荣幸，我
I
能
look forward.
成为家里面的一员。
The future, I look forward to sharing with you.
我希望有机会有更多的机会跟大家分享。Thank you, Thank you, John。看不出 John 弟兄已经79岁。我在算他过去10几年前在中国，他已经60几岁，那个才到中国去开创这个教会学校，真的不容易。我想这是可能以后再听他的分享，在教会在昆明当中所经历的一些事情，我相信也并不容易可能在金钱上面，在知识上面并不是富裕的，但他却仍然坚持下来。我们有机会以后有时间更多的听他的一个见证，感谢主。好，我就主持了。